They probably don't like being called teddy bears, but there we are. We'll move on. Okay, look, we're going to get into our interviews. We've got 6 or 7 previews. We're doing 5 over the month of April. We're on number 3 tonight. We want to be giving you a tease, salivating you, thinking, oh, these bands sound interesting, not just the music, but the speech behind it as well. We're going to be speaking with 6 bands, little interview minis, giving you a taster of what's coming. We've got a trilogy coming up now. God, it sounds like a prog phase of the show, doesn't it? We're going to be hearing in the next 10 minutes from Tantrum, our lovely friend in Scotland. Silly boys with a great sense of humour, and whenever they go to Massive Wagons concerts, they pose in ill-fitting T-shirts in funny parts of Scotland, but a lovely, lovely band. Okay, well, we're on the countdown to Wildfire. The weeks are counting down, and it is definitely going to be, at the end of June, the meeting place of the great and the good from a new generation of British and even international rock bands in one place for 3 days in the sumptuous grounds of Whiston Lodge near Glasgow. I'm joined on the line now by one of Scotland's finest emerging bands. They're a band we sort of discovered about 6 months ago, have been following since, Tantrum, and I'm joined on the line by Stoo. Stoo, how you doing?
I'm fine, Guy. How are you?
Very good. Now, I have to say, before we get into Wildfire, you guys are making a bit of noise, getting noticed. You seem to be on the up, sir.
Yeah, we've just completed a little run of shows across central Scotland. It went down pretty well, I think, so we're looking forward to doing some new things.
Excellent. Okay, well, let's move on to Wildfire. Now, you know, there are lots of festivals, particularly south of the border. It seems like any town that's got a bus stop is doing a festival. It's like there's bus stops everywhere, but there aren't that many festivals that really champion new music, and I think that's where Dave Ritchie comes in. Tell us how you feel to be on the bill this year.
It's great for us. I mean, it just opens us up to a bigger audience, which we've been trying to do. And having someone like Dave who will take a chance on bands who might not have what you call sort of pedigree, I suppose, it's great, you know. Long may it continue.
Yeah. And any idea which night you're playing? Have you been told? Are you a Saturday band or a Sunday band? Do you know when you're on?
I believe we're Sunday.
Fantastic. And you're in good company this year. There's a lot of good Scottish bands turning up for the bill this year, aren't there?
It's looking exciting.
What is it? I mean, in recent weeks, I've kind of focused a fair bit on like Northern Ireland and South Wales, which certainly strike me as 2 areas of the UK where there's just this renaissance of, you know, a whole brotherhood or sisterhood of bands emerging. But the same can be said of Scotland when we think of bands like like Anchor Lane and Mason Hill and the King Lot and yourself. It seems there's a whole new generation of Scottish bands emerging as well. What's in the water? And don't tell me it's the whiskey.
It's hard to say. People will always gravitate towards music. You know, most of us go way back as well, you know, so we've been doing it a wee while. Every place needs a scene, so if we can provide music for people, you know, we'll do that.
Fantastic. And I guess a festival like Wildfire, which, I mean, looking at the bill, which just looks outstanding in terms of the number of new bands that have got a main stage slot. How important for young bands is it to get recognition on the festival circuit? Because I guess that is your opportunity to win over new audiences. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, I think everybody can agree that the local scenes are not quite as busy as they used to be, but people turn out in their droves for festivals. So, you know, getting on a bill for one of these it can be make or break sometimes.
Yeah. And let's have a word on the guy that I describe as a rock evangelical, Mr. Dave Ritchie. I mean, I've met so many people in the rock world since I've been doing my rock show, but none of them shine more brightly than Dave as someone who's got a massive heart and spends pretty much his whole life looking for the next big band to support and champion. In your words, describe what contribution you think Dave makes to new bands.
Oh, I don't think you can put it into words, really. I mean, Wildfire has been a launching platform for many bands now for a good few years, and like I said, someone who will take a chance on unsigned acts is rare these days.
Yeah. And doing it for love as well, so, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So it's going to be a great coming together over 3 days. Are there any other bands on the bill that you're looking forward to to enjoying when you're off stage and off duty and holding a pint? Are there any bands that you're looking forward to seeing live yourself?
Oh, personally, yeah. I really love the Texas Flood. It'd be great to see them again. I think Kingwater playing. I've known them for years. It's always great to catch up. From Molly, yeah, there's a few.
The list just goes on, and mentioning the Texas Flood, I mean, this will be history by the time this goes out, but their new album is absolutely stunning, so I think they've got a big summer coming.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to catching that myself.
Yeah. And you've been quite chummy with the guys at Massive Wagons, haven't you? You got quite a good connection going with those guys.
Yeah, we've bumped into them from time to time. It's always nice to talk to them, We're big fans.
Yeah, I can imagine you guys sharing a bill one day. Your music kind of works together pretty well, I think. A final word, if I can, Stoo. 2017, I mean, we're obviously going to have a bit more time together and do something more extended when we're actually at Wildfire together. But tell us about, if you can, anything about the band's plans as they look currently for 2017.
Well, we've got a couple of shows coming up. I think we're playing in Bathgate and Edinburgh over the next couple of months, and then Wildfire. And then after that, we will be bringing out an album, hopefully end of the year, maybe. We're seeing how we go, writing some things. There's lots on the horizon, and really always... I've got all these things you can't talk about.
Yeah. Is it a bit scary, though? I mean, I know a lot of bands, they test the water with EPs, and I know it's an affordable way of getting some content out there for listeners, but when you come to putting down the album, is that quite a scary moment, or is it just exciting?
No, I think we're just really excited by it now. We've got a bunch of new songs already in the set that will probably end up in the album, hopefully, and we enjoy playing them, so we hope that everybody will like hearing them.
Fantastic. Well, look, Stu, we've enjoyed getting to know the band and following your music and your story. You're definitely on our watch list for 2017. Give us a track you'd like us to play out with now, and something we can say goodbye for now on.
Oh, I think In Love with Anarchy, if you've got that one.
Yeah, that's a good choice. Okay, we'll give that a spin. Stu, it's been lovely to say your first hello. We look forward to continuing to follow the story of the band at Wildfire in June later this year.
Absolute pleasure, Guy. We'll see you there.